everybody. Hey. So I am working on making a few more Christmas invitations. I thought that, well, has anybody ever done a craft with me kind of thing? You know, they have get ready with me. How about craft with me, where we can just chit chat and talk about things. Yeah, so I'm working on, have a Christmas party happening December 1st on a Saturday. Very excited. I'm also very excited that I actually have enough energy to make some cards. I love making cards. I really do. Let's see if you're better over this way. Let's see here. So I don't know how the angle is going to be here, but I am in the middle of making some Christmas invitations, and I thought that I could be able to maybe chit chat with you while making some cards. So I don't know if me not completely being in the frame if that's going to distract, but I just thought it'd be nice to do that. So these are Fisker scissors. I love these. These are the ones that I use. This is the decal edge. That's my one that I love. My dear friend Karen gifted me with a bunch of these scissors. I absolutely love them. I'm not really the kind of person that likes to do the Cricut, you know, the Cricut one where you can print out different things. I don't know. I just feel like I want to make my, and also with paper, like I want to make my own paper. I don't want, you know, I don't want to buy paper. I want to make my own paper. I want to make everything from scratch, you know. I just feel like it's more interesting, you know, because then, you know, if you use what other people have, most likely, you know, you're gonna see the similar thing. It's like wearing the same dress, right, to a party or something. That's how I feel. So I know I'm using these papers, but the thing for me, what I like doing, however, is I buy old cards from eBay. I haven't done that in a while, but I will. I'll buy old cards from eBay. Like I'm talking from like 1900s, you know, before 1950, because the printing quality is so beautiful. It really is. And then I would sometimes make copies of it. Sometimes also what I've done to make my own paper is I take pictures of certain decor setups that I have. And nowadays, I mean, I could probably go crazy being able to have, you know, just being able to have some great options as far as, what am I saying? As options as far as like making it abstract, having different kind of designs, and then being able to print them out. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe now that I have, what's really nice is that things like this are a lot easier for me to do because now I have a place for everything, and it's just easier. I can just, you know, pull it out and just go to town. So yeah, I don't know if I can really talk during this. I need my concentration. But in the meantime, I'm having a good time making cards, and maybe I'll be checking back in with you later. I want to share some of the things though that I do for my cards. So this is a button, and I just cut off the back of it. This is an old, I got this at a thrift store. This is some old Christmas cards, probably gift cards. This, I don't even know where, these might be for buttons or some kind of, I would go to like sewing accessories. I also use like, I don't know if you can see that, but this is like confetti. That's actually, these are leaves. but I had Santa Claus ones. I wonder if I have one around here. I use foam stickers. I just like to do my own thing. I don't want my stuff to look like everything else. So, and in fact, another idea for making paper would be for me to make copies of this, crop it, and maybe make it into like a 12 by 12 paper. Like would be what I would love to do. And it would be like my own design. Also, I just want to share, I use a hot glue gun to attach it to my papers because anything else I find that it wrinkles the card paper. So I prefer just it's quick and easy. I'm all about like the faster the better. I don't have any patience. So yeah, I just use a glue gun, and super easy, super fast, as opposed to glue and all that. I just find that it wrinkles it causes, yeah, so this is a lot easier. Dang, I am so wiped out. I got a little bit of congestion. So this is my other one. I definitely overdid it yesterday. I should have listened to my husband, but yesterday cleaning the room, that was way too much. But here's some old cards that I have gotten from eBay. This one is, oh, there's my dog, 1912, from 1912. So I just love these. I just think they're so beautiful. And I prefer to make copies of them so I can have a lot more options. I mean, that I can, you know, really reuse the images because they're so pretty. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate you protecting the house from the little teeny tiny teacup dog that just walked by. Thank you. So getting back to card making, something I like to do is when I have these little bits of paper, perfect sizing for cards. So like this was a piece that I had found, and so most likely I'm going to put this over here, right? And I'm going to find something to put down here, and that's how I do my cards. So there's a tip for you. Tip Sundays or whatever. I'm just in a sharing mood today. I'm just in a content creating mode right now. My dog chewed on this, unfortunately. But what this is, among other things, this is how you can remove the backs of buttons. So, for instance, this Santa Claus has this round thing here. So that's, you know, it's a button, so that's going to be how you sew it. So all you have to do is just cut it off, and then now you got a nice flat surface that you can put it on. I'm not going to put it on. Oh, that is kind of cute. Oh, why not put it on there? Yeah, so that's one of the things that I like to do. So I'm just, like I said, I'm in a sharing mode, just to show you all the things that I like to do when I'm making cards. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoy it. When I get in the mode, man, I just go to town. I can make like 20 in one setting. But I always collect doodads and different things. If anybody can tell me how I can use these, I would be highly, highly grateful. How do you use these? I suspect it's for printing. I got a second one here. Where is it? I just saw it. Yeah, this one. How do you use these? If somebody can tell me, I would really appreciate it, because I just love this. I found it at a thrift store, and I was just like, wow, I really like that. Something else, some tips for when you're making cards. This is great for extracting small things, or it could be for just like small things, like sometimes when you're working, like I just saw one on this one sock, this Santa sock, there was like a little lint there. So I can either use this, or sometimes I use this to remove glue beads that are too obvious. This, what is this again? I think this is for embossing or something. Anyway, I used it to get rid of that. So those are some of some kinds of equipment that I use to, I don't like painting cards. I find that again, it wrinkles the paper too much. Yeah, and I always like to have a little bit of bling on my cards. So always have a little sparkle. I just think that gives it that extra pizzazz. So yeah, those are some of the things that I like to do. The way I also set up my cards, now I made a little error here. Now, I am someone that, I'm not a perfectionist necessarily, so I like to work with the mistakes that I might make. But you know, I've been doing this for a long time, so I kind of know what I'm doing here. So, what I always try to do when you're mixing patterns is you really want to make sure you line it up. Make sure everything's lined up so that it stays in one thing. That way you don't have any gaps and you know, like your eye is always looking for structure and organization. Now, my issue is I have a little overlap here. I usually like to kind of set up the way my card is going to be so I can kind of know where everything goes. So you know what I'm doing here? Put a little sticker. Put a little sticker to keep it all balanced so that it doesn't drive me crazy. I mean, I'm really doing it for myself. That's the truth. So let me find a little sticker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to it. Add that to the gap. So, kind of like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I just gave you the finger. That was completely unintentional. What I like to always have in my cards is some kind of word, some kind of thing that will make them think or something like that. So I always like to have a word, so I got bright. Just, you know, little theme words to get in the whole swing of things.